Hi, my name's Jan, and welcome to Silky Steel's Kitchen Witchery. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make kombucha from start to finish. It's simple, easy, takes a little bit of time, but not a lot of effort, and you can make gallons of kombucha for what it would cost you for one bottle at the store. So, let's make some kombucha. You can make any flavor you like. I love kombucha. I'm sure you do too. Let's go make some.
Okay, so I'm making a kombucha SCOBY, and the first step is I put 7 cups of water and 4 tea bags into a pot, brought it to a boil, and then let it steep for 10 minutes. Next I'm going to be adding 3/4 of a cup of sugar, blending it well, removing the tea bags, and letting it cool. I like Louisiana tea bags because they're huge and they hold a lot of tea. Probably don't really need 4 of these because they're so big, but I do it anyway. And then I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of actually it's plain Walmart sugar. It's probably beet sugar. Most people use cane. I prefer cane, but this is what I had on hand. And I don't really think it matters that much. So I'm stirring it, and the heat is off. I'm stirring it until the sugar melts, and then we're going to just let it cool. Okay, so what you want to look for in your kombucha is live cultures, living probiotics, and you want to see a lot of sediment. If you can see a little SCOBY at the bottom, that's even better. So it's best to use unflavored, but I couldn't find that, so I got Gingerade. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, I hope this is filming because otherwise it's not filming. It's not cool enough to add the kombucha to, but I want to get it into this jar so that it will cool faster. And I made more tea than I need. That's okay, I'll drink it. So I'm gonna wait for this to cool. Hello, my name is Jan, and welcome back to Silky Steel's Kitchen Witchery. Today I'm going to be doing the second fermentation for my kombucha, which will give it the fizz that it needs. Now it's been processing. This one's been processing since 420, and it is 5/3 now. So this has been processing for, what does that make it? 13 days, and it is ready. First thing I need to do is I need to take this sweet tea that I made. Ooh, oh, careful, careful. I'm kind of crowded up here. This sweet tea that I made and let cool down lower than 80 degrees to pull my SCOBYs out of my kombucha tea and give them a new home in here. So I'm making a SCOBY hotel. This is 2 cups of sweetened tea cooled below 80 degrees. And it has 2 tablespoons of cane sugar in it. And the next thing I'm going to do after having washed my hands very well is I'm going to open my SCOBY, take a look at it, make sure it doesn't have anything nasty growing in there, and it looks really good. As far as SCOBY's looking good anyway. They don't like metal, so I'm just going to pull it out with my hand. Isn't it cute? So this SCOBY I made from a bottle of flavored kombucha, which is not really recommended. However, I couldn't find any other SCOBY, although I have since, and I'll show you that in a minute. I'm going to pour just a little bit of this to get it in starter mode. And there's another little piece in here I missed, I think. Come on. Oh well. It'll get filtered out anyway. So that's that SCOBY. And so he's going to go live in this hotel. And then here's the other SCOBY that I actually purchased from Fermentaholics. And he's been living there since the 24th. But he was already a SCOBY. This one was not a SCOBY. This one already was a SCOBY I put in here. So it was ready pretty much right away. Oh, he was forming a second SCOBY already. Let's see if I can find him. Ooh! Second SCOBY. Come on, baby. Let me find a wooden spoon because they do not like metal. Come on up. There you go, buddy. Is there another one in here? It could have made another one, but it didn't. Okay. Let me get that in there. And then I'll pour a little bit of this in. So that's a SCOBY hotel. Now I'm going to get a clean coffee filter and put him in a dark spot to sit and be happy until I make kombucha again. I have a little cabinet that it's actually a shelving system, and I keep it covered with a sheet so it doesn't get any direct sunlight. Now, the fun part. Save my rubber bands. Throw out the coffee filter. Okay, so now okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I have my 4 flavors I'm going to use. I've got pomegranate, cherry, blackberry, and strawberry. I think I have too much water in the strawberry. Yeah, that's too much water. You want it to be about a half a cup for each bottle, each 16-ounce bottle I'm going to be using. And most of these are frozen, so their sweetness has deteriorated some. So I'm going to put about a half a tablespoon of sugar into each one to make sure I get that fermentation going with carbonation that I'm wanting. So I got pure cane sugar. Half a teaspoon, half a tablespoon, sorry. Half a tablespoon, half a tablespoon, and half a tablespoon. And I think I'm done with it. Now here's where it gets fun because I do have that really adorable 1950s kitchen, and I have literally one plug here. So, I don't even know what you can see. You can't see everything. Let me adjust this a little bit. Okay, so I need to plug in my my little stick blender. So I have to turn off the lights to do that because I've only got one plug on this side of the kitchen. So I'm just gonna blend them up, make a nice little puree. Whoa, that wasn't good. Darn. Are you gonna stand for me? I can't leave that. I have to wipe it up. It makes me crazy. I've got it on my bottles. I don't want to knock my stick blender over, so I gotta be careful with the cord here. I can't stand a mess. Let's pour the blackberries in. One. And I better label these pretty quick because the colors are so similar I'm going to lose track. Mess. Boy, that blueberry really went everywhere. I mean, the blackberry. It's probably on my cabinets. It is on my cabinets. Great. Anyway. One more. Okay, so I'm going to mark this with blackberry. Blackberry calm. And this is going to be cherry kombucha. Get that one poured in. And you want to make sure everything you're using is clean. I had washed everything and I didn't get to this 2 days ago when I was planning on it. So I rewashed everything just to make sure. Pouring very carefully. I still got a cherry left in there and that's okay because that's enough. And I'm going to be making some gingerbug soda, so I'll use that anyway. And this one was strawberry. this one's going to be pom-com. I have to write that it's kombucha so I don't get it confused when I start making the gingerbug soda. Okay, so strawberry. Now the nice thing about the pomegranates is doing that left the seeds separate, so I don't have the seeds in there. That's neat. Didn't know that. Okay. And I washed this pitcher. I hate using plastic for anything, but this is really the only pitcher I have. So we're going to strain some kombucha into this and pour it into the jugs. Now I buy these knee-high stockings because they're easy, they're convenient. I can wash them before I use them so they don't have chemicals on them, and they're not metal. So I can filter things very easily without having to use my metal strainer. That's one. See how easy that was? It's got all the little yeasties and everything, so it's not going in my jug. And again. Oh, that must have had a lot more to strain. Okay. And we will be done. 3 days from now I will have kombucha. And Victor, I'm going to apologize right now. I did not do the lemon ginger. Maybe next time. That's one. Oop! Drat. More mess. My favorite. Two. Now this fermenting, this is already fermented, but what this fermenting does is it gives it the bubbles that we love so much in kombucha. And the flavor, obviously. So, oh, this is good. You know, I'm going to leave these open so the bubbles can pop. And see if it needs any more added when I'm finished here. It's kind of foamy. Oh, shoot. Sorry about that, peoples. I have my camera hanging from inside my cabinet in my cute 1959 kitchen. So, yeah, it's easy to bump it. Do this one a little more carefully. And last but not least, and that was just a touch short because I had to take out some for my Scobie Hotel. So, oh, these are gorgeous. Just the color. And there we have it. Strawberry, blackberry, cherry, and pomegranate. And what I'm going to do is in 3 days I will put these in my refrigerator, chill them overnight before I try to pop the lid, just to make sure that we don't have an explosion. My name's Jan. Hit the like button and subscribe. Tell your friends. And blessed be.
There was camera issues on that. I got a new camera and I apparently haven't figured out exactly where it needs to be yet. I'm going to go over briefly, step by step, what you do to make kombucha, because I don't think you could see what I was doing in half of those shots. So, first thing you do is you buy a bottle of kombucha that's got the live cultures, or you buy a SCOBY, which is the fermenting bacteria, little pancake thing, and you make a batch of sweet tea, and you put the SCOBY in a jar with the sweet tea when it's cooled off, and then you cover it and leave it sit for about 2 weeks, and it makes kombucha. And then the second thing I was doing was the second fermentation. And what that is I took the 2 scobies, the little pancake bacterias, out, put them into another jar, added some of the kombucha on top of them to preserve them, and then put a coffee filter over that with a rubber band, and put that in the dark, warm space to ferment. Okay, and then I pureed some fruit, put it in the 16-ounce bottles with the flip tops, and then filled it up with the strained kombucha. I took a knee-high nylon and just bunched it up and put it over the top of the bottle, and then just poured it through that. It's really easy. It's not a metal strainer, and they're disposable. I buy them in like 100 packs in a bag off of Amazon, and I wash them before I use them so there's no residual chemicals on them. And then strained it, poured it into the bottles, capped the bottles, and they've been sitting at this point for 2 days. I get to try it tomorrow, and I will film that and probably just do a little short on whether or not they turned out decent. So I wanted to just explain that all really quickly because it's just really embarrassing how bad the camera work was. And I can't refilm it. Maybe I'll do it another time, but yeah, it is what it is, and you get what you get. So thank you for coming to my channel, watching me make a fool of myself in the kitchen. And yeah, like, subscribe, give a thumbs up, leave a message in the chat, and blessed be. We'll see you on the other side.